What's up, everybody? So a little somber way to start it tonight, but just kind of had to get it out. I mean, today is the 1 year or 2 year, anniversary. So I just wanted to. Sorry, I'm looking at everybody's. I don't know my music or my everything worked tonight. So if you guys heard all the little tribute I paid, that'd be nice. If not, wait for the YouTube version; it'll come out. But yeah, today is the 2 year anniversary, so I wanted to kind of give you a little 58 seconds of tribute. So my surprise tonight is actually sitting right next to me. My guest lives right up the road, so he actually came in tonight to enjoy us or enjoy a podcast and hang out with us and everything else. So we're gonna go live to him in a second, but before, I'm sorry, my computer's all shaky because he stole my camera tonight. I'm on my little computer. But before we go to my main guest tonight, we're going to do our little 5-minute concert review. We got our good friend. Hold on, let's bring her in. Miss Tammy, what's up?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? So you were in San Francisco on Saturday.
I was.
First off, I mean, that stinks it was a double down, but did he at least bring the energy of a double down, do you think?
Absolutely.
Cool. Sorry, I'm trying to load some pictures. It might take a little more than 5 minutes. See some of these pictures, but I have all my other ones loaded up. So let's see what I got. So what was the set list like? I mean, let's see. We got a couple of anthems. I'll throw up in a second. Any surprises, do you think? Or was it normal?
He brought Mistress back.
Really? What did he play? All right, sorry. I have not. I had a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I was kind of out of the loop of things. But what did he do on Mistress?
Oh man, there's the Proclaimers on there.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the set list you sent over earlier. Look at that. All right. So this is the first time he's played this stadium or this arena, correct?
Correct. That arena is only 3 weeks old, operational.
Really?
So everyone working there was confused. They didn't know where anything was or where the pit line was, or Will called didn't open till 6. It was rough.
What is this normal though, isn't it?
Yes, learning curve.
Well, I'm talking about 3 years or 3 days, and arenas never know anything. So this actually looks like a really nice arena, though.
It was beautiful.
Where do you get the jersey from?
Someone in the crowd handed it to him because that's where the Warriors play, I guess.
Okay. So are you from the area?
No, I'm from Seattle.
Oh, look at that. So you drive down or fly?
We flew.
So what made this show stand out? Seeing only being a one show, not a double down. What made it stand out? Do you think? What did Eric do extra to make it up to San Francisco?
It was his first time in San Francisco, so he really acknowledged the crowd. He was really grateful to be playing in that arena. He just brought the energy. He knew it was a single down for the double down tour. He just brought it.
I was going to say San Francisco got a little chip, but I don't know. Hold on, where's this picture? I was looking through some of Anthony's photos that I saw posted. Here's the one. This was probably one of my favorite ones I've seen of the tour yet. What do you think, Spencer?
Nice. Pretty jacked up.
He just looks like he's fired up, just ready to roll on that one. So, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and let you go, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump on. I know this is gonna be a late night with this guy next to me. So, but thank you for joining us tonight and sharing us a couple stories with us on San Francisco.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So we appreciate it. Thank you. You have a great night.
You too.
Bye. That was Tammy. I'm so glad she joined us tonight. So what I've been doing lately, I've been waiting till like the day of the show or the day before and just reaching out to people and seeing if they want to come and join us and jump on and just talk about the show. All right. Well, should we get to the fun part of this?
Yeah, man. Get after it.
Should I bring this guy here on?
Can we put a little more Vaseline on that lens? Not me doing me any favors.
We can try that out. So this tonight is my very first ever live guest sitting right next to me here. Amazon did not come through and not bring me the nice pretty camera that I was supposed to have. So You get me off my computer screen.
I'll take a little Vaseline on that so I can money my face. We'll make it work.
Oh, is there? See, well, I was worried about that echo.
I think so. How's everybody think sounds? Oh, echo. Shit.
Let's hope it's not too bad.
Okay, we got a bad. Should I move over? We could share a mic or do what? Is that better? We gotta get an echo. Oh, we gotta echo. One speak hit. Like that.
Okay. They're like, it's bad. Let me see if I can add Greg back in. What if right now, if he's on camera, if he were talking, is there an echo? Do I have an echo? Can anybody confirm that? Hey, no clue. You know, it's whenever I'm live will happen. So technical difficulties.
Get the tricolor screen or the multicolor screen. Say technical difficulties.
All right, so no echo now.
Echo now. All right, let's just roll and see.
And you guys can hear Greg talking as well. No echo.
No echo. Everybody confirm.
I bet you I know what it is. Hold on.
Watch this. Is this split screen?
No. All right. How's this?
Do we have an echo when I talk? No. Yeah, echo now, man. Echo with me.
All right. If we just do this now, right now, is there an echo right now? Does anybody hear an echo right now?
Check. Damn it. Oh, yeah, they're getting an echo now.
So they're saying only on split
Try
screen.
just put your screen on. Oh, no, it's got no echo now.
So no echo right now. Once they say that, all right, that's good. All right, hold on a second. We're gonna do
No
this.
echo, no echo.
Time out.
Yeah, just sneak over here. Oh, dude, don't put the people on me. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's fine. Just do that.
How did that work out?
Okay, we got no echo. That's what happens on live television. At least you're not animals and children, right? There are the children upstairs. You probably hear some feedback from that because my daughter's there.
All right, so
All right, sorry.
it's split screen, so we'll split our own screen and have no split screen.
Only echo and split screen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for working with me.
That's so weird. Yeah. Sorry about the technical difficulties. And
You know what I feel like right now?
what was it?
You've seen the Saturday Night. This is exactly what it sounds like. But have you seen the Saturday Night Live skit with Alec Baldwin? He talks about his sweaty balls. I just love your sweaty balls in the mouth.
Oh, we're gonna
Salted sweaty balls. Oh.
we're just gonna skip something.
Oh. The echo's on me. Only on split screen. Okay, maybe it's still on me.
So is there no echo, or
We're good.
if we get 100% confirmation we are 100% good right now?
Let's do my Coca-Cola Sans Jack.
Negative over here.
The echo's on me. Oh, Greg, you're missing the Brewers for us. And they're up 3-1. I get updates up. We'll watch here.
Yeah, he's watching the Brewers right from. All right,
All right, with Brian Ross.
we're good to go. We're rolling. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We're 11 minutes in. We're gonna
Sweaty
start
balls,
rolling.
man. Sweaty balls.
So welcome, guys. No guys going out. Sounds good. All right, guys. We're rolling. So if you guys were able to tune in earlier with Tammy, we really thank her for coming on. Sorry about the technical difficulties with Greg and going split screen. We're gonna try something different, but just back the camera up and both jump on there. So I'm gonna upload a couple pictures. we're just gonna dive right into
All right.
things.
I'll let you fly. We're about to see the art cuff here.
So, while I'm doing this, Greg, this is Greg Spencer. He lives probably 15 minutes up the road from me. When we first met, I lived in Mississippi. He lived in Wisconsin, hence the name Wisconsin. He gave me the name Mississippi.
And let me give you a little bit of background on that one. So when I met you, it was Memorial Day weekend. It was a Saturday night. It was the Kelly's Bleachers. Church still talks about that show when he comes to Milwaukee. And I always remember. I thought it was your 75th show. It was my second. It was your 44th, as we found today looking through the film. But I remember you showed me your tattoo, and you said you're from Mississippi. What the hell are you doing, Little Lake, Wisconsin? and then this is not long after. This is seriously like 5 months after Brett Favre retired. So it was this big, we were, kind of in mourning still over that until he went to the Vikings a year later. But Jerry Glanville was the coach for the Falcons when Favre was a rookie. He just referred to him as Mississippi. So when every time I saw him, hey, Mississippi, and I tried to do my shitty Southern voice, but that was your nickname for a while.
That is true.
But, yeah, that was our first meeting. I don't know if I cut you off, but
so no, it's all right. So where did you discover Eric Church at?
I actually had that written down in my notes. Came prep. I've been kind of following the outline. And I don't know the gentleman or maybe the lady who was supposed to go with this tonight. I want to thank them.
David Weber.
Okay, Dale. I don't know if I met Dale, but
it's Dave Weber.
Oh, Dave Weber. I'm sorry, Dave. I met Dave.
He's from Kansas City.
Okay. He knows Jordan. I'm guessing that. No.
Who?
Buck.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah. Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, Aaron was kind enough, and Dave was kind enough to switch over because I have a convenient class on Tuesday nights that start on next week from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So for the next 8 weeks, I want to be able to watch it. I'll have to watch the reruns, I guess, as long as they're up somewhere.
So where did your journey start?
I digress. So I wrote that down. The first time I ever saw Eric Church, I was closing up when I was in college. It was 2006. I worked part-time. I worked part-time at a gym on the nights that I wasn't practicing. It was like 6 to 10 at night. And I'm cleaning it up. It's actually right up the road from here. It's called Eastside Tennis and Fitness. And how about you came up? And I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'll be honest. I was like, it wasn't it didn't stand out. Like, it actually looked like a kid I went to high school with. I'm like, hey, kid, looks like Chris. This guy, he named Chris. I'm like, oh, that's weird, So this would have been October, September 2006. A little late to the game behind me. And a few months went by, and then into that spring, over the winter in the 07, I heard him. I was actually driving back from Lakeville. I bought a motorcycle. And I'm driving back with my dad. We're driving down there to get it. And he had XM radio, and I saw the thing pop up. The volume was down, and it said, "Guys Like Me." I'm like, oh, wow, man, Gary Allen's letting this song go. Like, he's going to cut this song because it was on, I can't remember which album that was. It was one about songs about rain. And all that. That was a really good album, too. But I saw it, and then his name popped. I'm like, that's got to be a mistake. I cranked it up a little bit. I'm like, damn, dude, that's better than Gary Allen's songs. I thought he just, was he got Gary Allen's song. Yeah. And then from that day, man, like then shortly thereafter, I heard Lightning. And it was like the first time, because I was in a Napster age where you never bought any music. I'm like, I just got to go buy this guy's music. And I was up north.
Did Eric Church really make the Napster days?
No, he was. I think he was long beyond that. Yeah, they kind of shut Napster down with him. But I'm talking before that. I'm necessarily talking more or less along the lines of, I never paid for your music, and you were streaming, you were getting it off online even in college. And I was up north in Kingsford, Michigan. And
you moved to LimeWire.
Yeah, probably LimeWire. And I picked up. I was like, I got to buy this album. If these, 2 songs, and I was kind of like, how about you? If these are that good, I got to buy the album. And dude, that thing was in I still have the original one. I'm like, I must have listened to that Sinners Like Me, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 times. It never came out. It was just, I was playing it for everybody. I was like you guys were buying out and giving them to people. I remember having them in like my gym bag and just giving them to people. And
I always give away out of just random things. The coolest story is I was in Barrington, Illinois one night, and this guy, he pulled in. He had a convertible, this little preppy-looking dude, blaring Rascal Flatts, dude. Just convertible. I think Carlo
was with me. It was just like one of these odd nights, or somebody was with me. I'm not even checking out. Blair and Rascal Flatts and convertibles, and I just walk over and hand him Carolina and said, "Here, check this out. You might like it." He pulled out listening to Carolina. I was like, "All right, there we go."
Yeah.
I might have changed the Rascal Flatts fan that night. LimeWire, yeah. LimeWire was computer aids.
Yep. Yeah.
I think when I went through it.
Well, I remember Napster just like you download 4 songs and you might get 2 of them overnight. That was the guy I said, like, you know, from basically 2000 to 2006. I think I bought like a Kenny Chesney album or something, but that you know, I don't know.
It's back when you were still country.
Yeah, kind of.
Before the island days, right?
And right in the precipice of that. So I'm just gonna see where you go because I'll just talk about whatever you get in the Kuwait.
So your very first concert.
Very first concert was
your
at,
very first concert?
And I did not look up the name, but a friend of mine, she played on the Wisconsin Badger volleyball team, and it was December of 07, and she would said, because now I got a taste for it. You know, this is going over into the next year. I'm like, man, I gotta go. You know, and I know you had probably seen at this point 25, 30 times, but he played up in a saloon. I remember the name of it. It might have been, I don't think it was 8 Seconds. That sounds like something.
That was indie.
Maybe 8 Seconds. It was another one, saloon. And she's like, "You want to come up?" And I'm like, I was actually going to ask you the same thing. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there." And man, it was amazing. That was back when he was opening, or not opening, but Fat Bottom Girls going into Pledge of Allegiance, I believe. And the cool thing there in my first show, like you were getting hammered drunk, but you could walk from the bar all the way to the front, all the way back to the bar.
To the bathroom.
But there was rowdy still. I mean, like you said, like he talks about, it was 20 people there, man. It was as rowdy as hell. But it was fun. That was my first show, and then my second.
Our old saying used to be, you went to a fight and an Eric Church concert broke out.
Yeah, I got pretty rowdy back in the day, man. I got some stories about that. If you touch on them, I'll talk about it.
We can touch on whatever we want.
Yeah.
We still got 40 minutes, and I'm still uploading photos because I had a lot of them pre-uploaded before. Because the intro. Trying to read
There's
it.
no echo, though, right?
Everybody says we sound good, so
we're
gonna
like
say
official
that.
with all this stuff.
Yeah, we're not going no side by side, split screen. We're not gonna try that no more. Amazon failed me tonight, so all right, you brought this with. We're just gonna dive right into this.
Yeah.
I want the story.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and move this one out.
I wasn't even gonna bring this. It was sitting in my back of my truck. So
I want the story of this shirt.
Right, so Kelly's Bleachers. That's a good one. The night I met you, we're there. And I had that shirt that's in the photo on. That one's actually, I had to buy a second one with me, which now, don't throw punches at me if you see a drunk, stumbling guy at an Air Church concert in a yellow Appalachian State shirt. Okay, so I got that. I brought that with me. This is the one I wear now for the shows. First, you know, by the grace of God, I can still squeeze into it after, Christ, 11 years. So I was there, and it was rocking, man. I remember because this would have been almost a year after Appalachian State. I had my roommate out of college. We lived together for a couple of years. Huge Michigan fan, and we were watching the Appalachian State. This is before I knew he went there. I didn't really, know the background with his affiliation with Appalachian State. And I'm watching. I'm like, man, they're going to win this game. And Michigan was number 5 in the nation, and it was just an exciting. It was one of the best college football games I've ever seen, especially that kind of upset. So I'm like, dude, when I found out he was from Appalachian State, I wore that to that second show. And like the first song he opens with is "Ain't Killed Me Yet." If you watch, like I'm like holding my shirt, I'm like, yeah, dude, he's like 3 points over like that. So I think it's like 30, 40 seconds in, and it was just awesome. And the funny one behind that is, as the night kind of went on, and it tripped my shirt off like a chick and threw it on stage, and he just laughed his ass off. And he came over to me and just tossed it back like, I don't want this. So then the photo that's there, as I'm hitting out profusely in that one, I saw him in Denver. A buddy of mine said, look, man, it was actually a friend of a friend, said, if you can get a plane ticket to Denver, Colorado, it was August of 08. He's like, you'll get to meet her at church. And sure as shit, I guess Lori was there. She said, and I think Chris was there probably.
Grizzly Rose?
Yeah, Grizzly Rose, the owner. And that was an experience. So I flew out there. I'm like, I was dating my then girlfriend, now wife. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll sleep at the airport. I hope this guy shows up. I got there, and The guy meets me, picks me up. We go. He actually was there on work, so we got like a full presidential suite. And we went there, and dude, he introduced me to the owner, and the owner goes over to these like legit cowboy bouncers, and he's like, these guys don't pay for drinks the whole night, and sure as hell, man, I must have drank like 10, 15 Jack and Cokes, and they wouldn't take my money. But after that, man, they brought us outside, and I got to meet some of the band guys, and there's some photos in there, but we talked to him, and I showed him the shirt, and I tried to give this to you back in Wisconsin, and I was telling him a story about it, he's like, you came all the way here from Wisconsin? I'm like, yeah, dude, like, I just came out to see you on a whim, like, so I'm just glad I'm here, and I got to see the show, and he said, man, that's just awesome, I love you people, these people are nuts, and I'm like, yeah, thank you, and then he gave my brother an autograph, and I just said, he's like, yeah, tell your brother thank you, tell him I love him, and man, that was the first time I met him, and we'll talk a little later, but
the first time you ever met church was Denver?
It was Denver, Colorado.
Nice.
Yeah. And the one there, that was the cup, and that was the day before the Packers got trounced in the NFC Championship game. We got pretty nuts. So when they gave me the cup, and stacking kept on, we were well on our way at that point.
You always have some pretty impressive head attire.
Yeah.
We'll touch on this one, but
Yeah.
I mean, you rocked.
Yeah, that was a Rich's. So this is my buddy.
Orange.
This is my buddy from grade school. I've known him since I was 6 years old, and Jake dropped. He went to his first show was Milwaukee, the Saturday Night Milwaukee show this past spring, and he's like, man, I got to go, and I'm gonna buy tickets for my kids, and he's like, I just want to get close, and maybe I'll sign his boot, and man, it just worked out perfectly. I kind of talk more about that later, but Jake, big dude, he's like, he comes to us, Brad, get back here. I'm like, what's happening? Is Jake killing somebody? Like, I thought he was like, because that guy is scary, man. That dude is a monster. And not a bad way. He's just strong, like an ox. And God, I don't want somebody to look at Jake the wrong way. And he said, no, church came running up, and he watched the video that Anthony did. He came running up and tapped him on the shoulder, and he's giving his kids high fives. People are kind of walking by, but the cool thing is like nobody's begging for autographs. There's a few people in the parking lot, and they're like, and we're just talking. I saw Marshall, and I was like, hey man, I haven't seen you in forever, and he came up, saw my wife, and then my wife talked to him about a show. It was just like the old times, man. Like when you got to talk to him a little bit. And, he was just really cool. He's really patient. He was just like, hey, give high fives to kids. Give me high fives to Jake's kids. And I told Jake, I said, unfortunately, they didn't get their boots signed, and they were kind of in the front row. But I said, man, 10 years from now, your kids are going to see this video. Like my wife took a bunch of us standing there in the video for them, and I'm like, they're going to be. Well, this is going to be way cooler than any autograph or anything.
I tell everybody there's a difference, though. I mean, when he's on stage, that's cheap. That's cheap on stage. When you saw him in the parking lot, that was Eric Church. Yeah, that was EC.
He walked to my buddy and he's like, "Hey, I'm Eric." And my buddy's like, "Yeah, no shit."
That's EC. That's not cheap. Yeah. That's him. That's like the buddy you wanted to go to college with and party with, and that's EC. I mean, I love it because the minute the glasses go on, the stage persona goes on, and he takes over cheap. I mean, you never know what's going to happen when he's out there on there. So it's cool. Yeah, it's always cool seeing Marshall. I mean,
I miss that guy. Like, there's some more pictures. I'll tell a story about that. But I'm just kind of looking at your picture coming up. But I
got most of them uploaded now. So
we'll kind of fly by the seat of our pants. But I don't want to. But Marshall was cool, man.
This is
what I was going to go with. So this is I ripped you off, man. This was your thing. This was your thing, and you had it on Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm like, hang out.
And it's on its fourth truck now. This was actually in Mexico, which I have written down. That's what I was going to talk about, Marshall. Back in 2009, I was driving not far from here because I was on my way down to Park City. I was working for Coca-Cola. And back in the day, FM 106 put on a thing. I don't know if you can't see the banner in the corner, but it was with two other radio stations in Wisconsin. One from.
Are you rolling into that story?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll into that.
Right.
So this is what the plate is. So we'll just go with that. So this is 2009, and I hear on the radio like, and it's kind of cutting out. I'm like, what are they saying? There's new up and coming artists we want to bring, because that's what they were doing. They were bringing people, kind of the up and comers. And we went the next year, and it was really good. It was with Little Big Town, and my wife. That's my wife's favorite. So I know.
That's Andy Schneider's favorite.
Yeah, I don't want to. They're good. Man. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but they were nice too. But so right here, what you're looking at, cool thing about where this resort was, it's from the opening of Predator. We found that out. If you watch it, it was on TV the other day. I was like, man, that's exactly where we were. The opening scene of Predator, and that's where they filmed it in the jungle. This is Puerto Vallarta, and unfortunately, all but one of the days it rained like crazy. They had like some crazy storms. So, oh man, there's a lot of stories from this one. But the night we got down there, it was pouring rain, and we just decided to get drunk with the radio host and stuff. And my wife and I went falling asleep at like 5 o'clock, woke up at 3. And that night he had come in. He'd come in earlier than expected. So we took all these photos with people and stuff. And then he came in. I'm like, oh man, we missed that, you know. And I get down there around 5 a.m. because they're going to start their radio broadcasting over in Milwaukee. And the little guy right there, Tony Radar, yes, he works for another radio station now. But he's like, Greg, you gotta get down here, man. He's coming early for our show the first day. I'm like, all right, cool. And so it's just me and my wife down there, just sitting there watching this radio broadcast. Like probably everybody else is hungover too, 6 a.m. in the morning. And we're sitting there, and he walks down, and he kind of looks over me and like does like one of those, you know, smirks. And I'm like, and Tony Radar is his name. He's like, that guy, that photo right there. He was laughing. The one you got up right there. He's like, yeah, there's somebody here. He's like, there's somebody here that came just to see you, you know. And it was me and my wife down there, and he kind of chuckled. And he had just got out of his boot. If you remember that in 09, he had that big walking boot from stomping on the ground to our church. So he came over, and you got some of the photos like my wife had taken of us kind of talking. But he talked, and we weren't going to be oogly, you know, like we're going to be here for a week. Like we didn't want to like the guy's here for a vacation. Now let's give him space. And he kind of came and said, man, what the hell? Like, didn't I just see you in Denver? Not Denver. It was I met him again in Grand Rapids. I showed him.
You're been oogly in that.
Yeah, I was showing him like my new ink that I got that I ripped you off onto my Sinners tattoo.
No, dude.
And they were, you know, he was kind of eating it up and like laughing and stuff. But anyways, the coolest thing, I tell people the story. So he was there, and then Todd came over to get him, and Todd goes, hey, you know, we got to do the other radio stations. We got to go talk to Green Bay and Madison and stuff. And he goes, hey, you know, he said, I'll tell you what, I said, we'll come back and we'll talk, you know, after I get done with radio things. And this is kind of going back to us talking about Green Bay. Whatever, you know, me and my wife just had some coffee, and I had a bloody or something. I probably had a beer at that point to fight the hangover. But sure as shit, like 20, 30 minutes later, he comes down, he taps me on the shoulder, and he's there with Catherine, and I was like, oh shit, like he's not kidding. So he sat down and talked to us, just had some coffee and some beers and mimosas or what the hell they were. And we talked for like 20 minutes. It was just, I was talking to him like, hey man, you know, what's your plan down here? What are you going to do? And he's talking about going zip line. I'm like, I don't know if Columbia will like that with the boot just coming off, you know. I'm like, you have better, hopefully you're insured, you know. And you know, we run into him every now and then.
Did he ever really care though? Like,
no, I didn't care at that point, man. He probably, this was right after Carolina. So it was going into 2010, January 2010, so that one month. But yeah, it was just cool, man. He was genuine. He introduced his wife. Well, this is my girlfriend, and we just sat and talked for 15, 20 minutes and had a nice little conversation, man. So I tell people that, and that's kind of like what he was on.
You had a little bit.
No, there's a little toddler upstairs that I had to bring with me.
My wife's upstairs babysitting, so.
And I mean all about that. I can't hear anything. I just got straight Coca-Cola today.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers,
so
man.
if you guys are just not tuning in, we are live. It's about 8:30, about halfway through, with Greg Spencer. He's from Wisconsin. He is a Brewers fan.
I'm 3-1 right now.
Unfortunately, he's a Packer fan.
Yeah.
He's a cheesehead. I do have a cheese grater over here. I should have wore the cheese grater for. Maybe
That's not a good fashion.
I might have to go over there and grab that cheese grater.
I think the cheeseheads in my don't strike me down, Packer fans, but I think they're dumb.
So what? I mean, off topic. What did you first think of the cheese grater?
Well, I thought it was a real thing. I just thought it was like a kitchen appliance or something, a kitchen utensil. You know?
So
cheese grater down here.
Yeah, it is over there on the Bears wall. So if you guys don't know, I'm not gonna run over and grab it, but there was a time where, well, if you watch any Green Bay Packers game, they have cheese heads. They're little foam cheese heads that these guys from Wisconsin will wear on their head at Packers games. So these people from Iowa went ahead and created the grater head. They made cheese graters for everywhere. They're little foam cheese graters, which is amazing. So, but yeah, if you guys are just now tuning in, we are live with Greg Spencer. He is my first guest that actually is coming live from the basement. He lives 15 minutes up the road, so when we were talking about doing this tonight, he's just like, well, I'll just come over there and hang out with you. I was like, well, that's what we should do. And just do something live. We actually do have one more of these planned. I kind of let it leak a little bit last week. We are going to finalize things hopefully this Thursday, and then next week I'll have the official announcement about the special New Year's Eve show that'll be live here that you can win tickets to and come and hang out. So let's move on and talk about this show.
So that was still Mexico, that one.
This was still Mexico?
Because that was only, that was another cool thing. The driver's kind of like the guy. Like, I love
Driver doesn't
Driver.
look too sober in this picture.
Driver was not sober. I forget his wife's name.
Lacey.
Lacey, that's what it was. It was tattooed. But there was one day when it was raining, and I was like, hey, man, like, this sucks. Like, I'm just going to get completely shit-faced. So I sat down with those two, and I just talked to them for a long time. And going back to the Mexico trip, this is one of the most poignant things I'll ever remember about that trip. And you know, running to Eric, I remember he was going to the gym one time. I was, just saying hi, and Marshall was there. And I remember telling him we were floating in the pool, and it was Marshall and Driver was kind of the two guys I hung on with the most, and just not like we're like stalking them. We're just kind of bumping into them. And Marshall sat down with us for dinner one night because he was just sitting himself and by us, And it was just really nice, man. And he was talking about it. And he was talking about you, and he was talking about being an ambassador and how important that was. And I just said, look, man, like I don't want to sound, I don't know how to put this, like that I'm happy, but it is going to be incredibly bittersweet the day that you guys make it. Like I've never been more certain of anything in my life that you guys are going to make it. And it will suck because it's like you'll be happy, but there's never going to be like. And I say that, but then shit like Green Bay happens. So you say that and you're like, yeah, it's never going to be that good. It's never going to be that cool. But then Green Bay 2014 happened, and then it's just, or the party we had happened. So you say that, but you still get that element, and it's.
He still has a way to.
He's got a way to reach out, and connect with the fans. And
when it means
it will
the
be
most.
Elvis moment where I shoot my television screen. I'll shoot the shitty one if November 13th, my son's first birthday rolls around, he's not at the end of the year because that is just an absolute crime.
If it doesn't happen this show.
No, I said that. I said that last time.
Let's double down.
There's just such a dedication of fans. There's just it's.
Have you ever? I mean, you were at the front of all this, but have you ever seen? Does anybody? I mean, anybody that's in chat or whatever, answer this question honestly. Have you ever seen another artist chase a fan down in a parking lot before? Like literally jump out of a car and chase a fan down just to shake a kid's hand.
Yeah.
I've never seen that ever. I mean, I love music. I've watched a lot of artists over the years and watched a lot of genuine artists and the things they do. And I've never seen another artist jump out of a moving vehicle to chase a kid down and then realize it was you too that was in the parking lot. It's so cool to see this. But if it comes around this year and he doesn't,
and I just walk. I mean, it's just like I don't really care what country radio is. It's like, it's in my opinion, 75-80% of it's garbage. So, okay, like I guess I'll just buy his albums and stock my CD player full of that, or save my iPod. But
and honestly, I don't know if he will get it because I don't know. I mean,
they're jokes, man.
When
This is fitting the last time, and I'm getting pissed now. But it's fitting that the Garth Brooks lip synced, and it was an article, and it's like, man, come on, like you can't make this up, like, dude. And my buddy's huge Garth Brooks fan. I'm like, even you gotta admit that bullshit. Well, he does shows in Vegas, and dude, I'm like, I don't care, man. Dude, this isn't even close, man. Go back to your point, like, not only have I seen fans like it, I've never seen anybody transcend music like he does.
Exactly.
I've taken my buddies who are hippies, my father-in-law who plays in a Leonard Skinner tribute band, and they're not a joke, man. They go play at Summerfest and stuff. They're really good. And I took them all the shows, and they're just they just sit there mesmerized. They might not all know all the words, but they just sit there and soak it up, man. It's like I will go to every show.
Everybody should at least try it, or at least go see it once.
It's not. It crosses whatever genre you might like. So I bring people, and they're just amazed. I can't believe this, man. And it's like, I bet. I told you. That's what you tell me. I told you. So
All right, we
Now I'm
gotta.
fired up, man.
I know. We gotta move on to this story. All right, so
What do you got?
there was this one time when I got a text
Yeah.
from Greg,
Yeah.
and I think the text was just this. It was just
Yeah.
a picture of Eric's drums. I'm like, holy crap, what the hell? Was it your father-in-law?
Yeah,
or?
this is the one I'm talking about.
All
So
right.
I shouldn't say he came to a show here. This was 2010, I want to say. This is up at Country USA, which, oh my God, I should write that on the list because we should talk about that one. I will never go back to Country USA.
Just in the car?
Yeah, 3.5 miles.
Or
3.5 one way.
We can talk
So
about that.
we'll touch on that one. But yeah, he opened, it was like 2 sets before him, or 2 shows before him. He was in his Looker and Skinner, it was Leonard Skinner, but Look and Skywork was the name of their band. They opened for him. He's like, hey man, you could be an honorary roadie. And I'm like, he called me like in the morning. And I'm like, what? I think I had been with Coca-Cola at the time. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm calling sick today. So I called in sick. I kind of was picking my spots on where I posted my photos, but like, dude, get me up there. And it was already like an hour before he was going to play or whatever. By the time we got up there, and I'm like, well, we kind of found a way, but driver was back there. I didn't get to see Eric or anything, but we got to see the show. You can see it right there from a different vantage point backstage. But Miranda was after him. I remember seeing her. She was. This is back before Miranda got like really slimmed down. Like Miranda was and I guess this was the whole thing that came out about that gossip stuff on the
with him and her.
Yeah, with him and her, and he basically debunked that right there. I'm like, yeah, I could see why he would. And she was just kind of acting like a. No, we'll just leave it at that. She was back there acting all prissy. She had a couple of ankle biters in her arms. I just remember looking at her like, sweetheart, that's not a very flattering shirt. And I'm like, I got it. But I mean, good for her, man. She's slimmed down and she looks great. The shirt she was wearing, I'll never forget. Man, that is not a good shirt. That's when all that came out. So, yeah, that was that tour. I think that was 2010.
That's pretty cool though. There was a show that I got to see from that same vantage point at the backstage, and it is a different view to see it from back there. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Everybody's always like they want to see a show back there, but the sound is just so bad half the time. Oh, so yeah, we're about 20 minutes left. I mean, we'll try to end around time tonight. I don't know if we will.
We should. Well, go back. Let's go back to that venue, which I'll never go to again.
Okay, let's talk about why we will not go back to this.
So I was like maybe 2 months on the. It was back in 2015. I was like 2 months on the fire department. I looked it up. It was you, me, my buddy Boro, and my other buddy Kyle. I'm going to. That Boro is one of those guys that wasn't a church, like heavy metal guy. Saw him. He comes with me any chance he gets. It gets tougher now with kids and life and stuff, but tries to come to every show. But it was 2013. And Country USA in Oshkosh is the worst. I will never go back. Like you would offer me like, oh, you got a meet and greet. I'm like, I'm not going. I don't. Well, I mean, not that, but you could say, you're going to have front row seats. I'm never going to that place again. So we went to pick up. I guess they were like VIP areas, like row 10 or 15.
Wristbands.
Wristbands. So we had to go pick them up like 10 minutes north. So we drive by and we get the wristbands about 10 minutes north. There's no backups or anything. There's one exit. There's one exit. This is my biggest pet peeve in life, man. Just people thinking they're more important than people. Like cutting, I hate it. So there's one exit to get off this ramp. And it was like 6 o'clock at night. And he was going on about 10. And it was, I remember.
Are you talking about for us?
Yeah. So we got in line. And we're just waiting our spot. We're way back. And I can remember the exit sign says 1/4 mile to the exit. That's where we got to get. And it's one way into that place.
Well, it rained all day.
It rained all day. It was muddy. We were in my truck. So we're crawling, and everybody's just flying up. People are trying to cut, and it's a cluster. You know what? And then I remember people pulling up next door. Said, "Let me in." I'm like, "Hit the truck. I don't care. I'm not letting you do it. Like, go ahead, hit it."
Mm-hmm.
And they're flipping us off. Like, go ahead. This is 99. I put 50. Go nuts. You'll do it a favor. So we finally get to the top, and I swear to God, it was like 9 o'clock. It was 3 hours. It was 3 hours to go 1/4 mile. This is how bad it was.
If not long, yeah.
If I didn't fill my tank up again, we would have ran out. So we got to the top, and I'm like, guys, I don't think this is going to get any better. I honestly think that this is still going to be like we're off the interstate now, but all these cars got to get in and park.
We were on the frontage road at this point.
So I make the executive decision, like, all right, there's no sense and all of us missing this concert. You guys get out and walk. It's 3.5 miles. We're still 3.5 miles to get to Country USA. So they get out of the truck, and I get to the top exit, and I take a left to go over the overpass and park at a JCPenney. It took me a while to even get to there, and I just start booking it with my cowboy boots on. And I'm running, and everybody is like, run for us. I'm like, enjoy missing the show, like okay. Sure as shit, man. He waited an extra hour to go on, and
to my defense, I did keep up with you.
No, you guys went ahead. You guys walked. You guys beat me in still. Like I was slowing down. Like you guys.
Well, you ran past us at one point.
Oh, I think I just caught up with you. Like I was wearing boots, man. I was just gonna go nuts. And then I got there. I remember getting to the entrance. Like after I ran it past all these people that ran. We closed down the parking lot. Y'all got to go and shuttle. Like, those poor bastards, man. But all those people waiting for 4 hours, like, got turned away at the gate.
Didn't we park in like a Kohl's or somewhere?
Yeah, no, they like parked like 2 miles down. They got
we parked in like
the JCPenney.
Yeah.
So I got there. I'm like, give me a couple of beers, man. Like I'm sweating. And you guys say, when you're meeting these people and stuff, you're being, celebrity striver. And man, I'm like, okay, we're gonna have some fun now because leaving this is gonna suck. So he waited an hour or so to go by and try to get everybody to catch up. And I remember driving home. I stopped at McDonald's for you clowns. And I think you had parked at my house. I don't know my buddies. I don't know. We all parked there.
I had to work in the morning or something.
Yeah. And we woke up and the sun was coming up. And I'm like, I'm glad this is my day that I'm off. Like, this
I
is
slept in the back. Yeah, I remember McDonald's. I slept
my
on
buddies all had to go home and work. And I was like, I think you all met at my house or something on the north side of Kenosha. And I'm like, you poor bastard, man. That's going to suck. So, yeah, 5 a.m., birds are chirping. I'm like, I'm going to go sleep for like 8 hours before the kids and whatnot.
I slept for like an hour and went to work.
Yeah.
It was...
That was that. Never going back to Country USA. Maybe they got it fixed up. I don't care. I'm not going back.
Yeah, I don't plan. It's Church played there sometime?
He did. He did a year or two later. And my buddy's like, he's playing there next year. I'm like, nope. Not a chance, dude.
Yeah. No.
And then, I went and mapped it. And I think I put it on Facebook. I'm like, the Trail of Tears and Bloody Heels. Because if we had some nasty blisters walking in boots, man.
I saw this picture on your Facebook.
This was Colorado. This is Mike Baba, the guy on the left. That's the guy who says he was looking for like some aerospace. Look how young those guys are. Holy shit!
That's why I said I saw this picture.
This is August of 2000. I mean, even I don't have gray hair yet.
So if you don't recognize who the two guys are in between, that's Eric's drummer Craig and bass player Lee.
Man, they look good.
That was back in their baller days.
Yeah. That's a cool shirt he's got too. The ACDC shirt. I guess what that is. But yeah, they were cool back there. Like, you came from Wisconsin, man. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah. That was Mike Babbitt. That's the guy who hooked me up. Like I was like, well, if this guy doesn't show up, I gotta take it back. So I'll try to get. And this is before even Uber. This is 08. Like maybe there was an Uber. I was gonna call a cab and try to get there and then sleep at the airport. This is back when I didn't give a shit. I don't know. It was fun though. That was a fun night. Like I said, it was cool. Those Cowboys were.
What's his other picture?
That was
That was Manitowoc.
No. That was I believe that was Grand Rapids. Yeah, because these pictures down here, the same shirt as got Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids.
And 09 is right after Carolina came up. Now I'm going north for our anniversary.
I'll see that good.
I have to pick my spots. She went. I got to tell you.
I agree.
So when she met him, when he came in the party line, she's like, "I have to tell you a story," and you're like, just true mom fashion, and he just like dials it because he knows that voice. Like, I have to listen. And so she was telling about Austin, Texas. She was there on a work trip, and this is just like Joe. This is at like 09, and she tells a story like me and my sport friends went to your show, and you guys were in the basement, and. There were like 10 people. She's like, yeah, no, sweetheart, we tried to forget about that one. She's like, no. She's like, it was so good. It was so good. They had so much fun. And she's like, she's like, I was just trying to say how, big you guys have gotten and you should be so proud. And just like true mom stuff. Like, but he talked about that. So we talked about the concert, like ran some people in the parking lot. That was just cool. So
this is the same picture down here, Grand Rapids.
The one on the right, yeah, that was me. Grand Rapids. That's back when you actually won them. Yeah, I was like, man, I got one too, because I think you and Carla got one that was his second or third stop on that tour.
It's funny. My
So,
streak actually.
I love the bathrooms. We took him.
Yeah.
Stay classy, Grand Rapids.
My meet and greet streak actually finally ended after I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
Like I was like 0 for like 80, and it finally ended because you know why? I forgot to apply for a show. So
Don't worry, the
well,
rejections come hard, they come fast.
yeah,
So
so I
everybody
know
here.
one this weekend. I normally I know a lot of choir members do this.
Yeah.
They apply for meet and greets.
Yeah, and then they wait to see.
And then they get them
Yeah.
on like Tuesday
That's
night.
smart.
They hurry up
That's
and
smart.
rush and then plan to go to the show.
Yeah, I mean it's a good move. Might as well if you're kidding.
I mean, it's like a dime a dozen for
Yeah.
these things anymore. So,
Hi, Lori.
oh, there's
You
Lori.
missed a lot. I hope he's got this like on stream.
Oh, it'll be on YouTube.
Okay.
It'll be on YouTube later.
We talked about it a little bit, sweetheart.
It will be on YouTube
Talked
later.
about Colorado.
So, I'm thinking, no, I got a lot of pictures. Let's go through. How many more? I got 7 more pictures. Let's go through whoever I got left. Okay, let's just throw these up here.
Yeah, that's Jay.
Let's go ahead. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier.
And
but
that's
I wanna go
that's
ahead.
when he saw him. He's like, "What the hell, man?" Yeah, man, just keep running to each other. I'm gonna talk about this. We talked about this on the recap. All right, well let's talk about Green Bay because this is what I had.
Yeah, so let's bring this up so I'll get these pictures out of here and then we'll move on.
So we plan on this. When we got pit tickets, we're like, man, we got to get something. And I think Caitlin's listening. My brother's now fiance, which I'll also delve into a little bit on that. We had this plan. We're like, all right, we're gonna get it. She's like, I want to go in for Joanna. And we're like, well, what do you think they're gonna do? You think they'll like autograph them and give them back, or put them on, or throw them onto the tour bus? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, we got to try. Like, it's Green Bay. It's opening weekend. It's alumni weekend. They're honoring Bart Starr, who passed away this summer. And I'm like, it's gonna just fire everybody up. Like, if you just hold it up, it fires it. And we're like, look, we got to do it on Friday. We got to get everybody jacked. And they came out, and then she had like. This jersey just went away, and we're like, oh well, maybe they just who knows what they did with them. Well, we thought maybe throw them in the States. That was about the only thing I would have hated, like throw them to somebody else. Like at least give them back. But come to find out, Joanna posted on social media that she wanted to keep it. I'm like, absolutely, that makes me happy. Like, that's what they were for. And we're just kind of talking about that. So
how easy was it to find the driver jersey?
So the driver jersey, we found the driver jersey. We also had one for driver the next night that you got a video of. Donald Driver was a Packer legend.
Yeah.
All-time leader in reception.
That's what it's pretty
We
easy to
found-
find a driver
We
jersey.
found a really nice one on the way up, and we picked it up, and we're like, we got to give it to the driver. We'll wait till Saturday for him. Like, we'll do this for them.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a guy named Micah Hyde that played on the Packers, but I could not find a Micah Hyde jersey. And if I could, like, we're talking, man, if we had money, we'd buy one for the whole band. But like, he knows how good Joanna is. We're like, we'll just do this, and it'll be a nice little thing. But
It would have been cool to see driver rock.
yeah, I thought, dude, because that was an authentic one. It was a team issue. It was a team issue that the guy had. And I don't know if he worked for a team or something, but it was cool, man. But he came out with that in the second set, and it was cool, man. He looked good. I told him that when I saw him. And he looked good in that green and gold, man. And I know he's not a big pro guy.
He looked better in the Chiefs jersey.
Yeah, he did look good in the Chiefs jersey too. I don't know if that was a Tyreek. I think somebody should put like Chief on the back of that, but it just was 10. We
That
wanted
was
to
Weber. That was Weber.
Weber? Oh, I did not know that. That's cool. I did see that.
So my next week guest got him the Chiefs jersey. You got him the Green
But
Bay
he said
jersey.
Chief on the back with 10, I think.
Yeah.
We wanted to do it. We were like, we want to do
Or
it.
church. I think it was a church.
Did you say church 10? Okay.
I think
Maybe it
it's a church.
was like
10.
Sinners was 10 or something, but
Mhm.
that was before. Like I was like, oh man, we don't want to rip somebody off. But like, we were talking about that even when we saw the thing.
I was going to get him a Cubs jersey, but when he's in Chicago, whatever is in Jersey thing, I want to hang off.
Yeah, that was cool. Though. It was special because it was that night. It was
He
over.
brought the Golden State jersey.
Yeah,
Saturday.
so go Bucks. But no, it was cool. And then so the night, that Friday night, and I got to tell you this story because my brother was mad at the world that night. And I'll tell you
Were
why.
these pictures taken? I'm sorry.
That was.
They were taken on the same night, weren't they?
No, probably.
I got the same hat on.
One's really drunk and one's really, really drunk. So, my brother proposed that weekend, and thank God she said yes because she.
Are you talking about just a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, at the Green, not at the show. We went up to my cabin, which is an hour
Mhm.
plus north, just like an hour and change north of there. That's where we stayed. She was sober. She filled my truck up there, and Jeff had this all planned out. And I kind of thought about that story too. But she, I we were in the parking lot just kind of tailgating, waiting for you guys stuff. We were sitting out there, and I don't know what came over me. It was probably the alcohol, and I'm like, I have a bad feeling.
Pretty well.
I feel I have a really bad feeling about this ring being in here right now. I'm like, I'm gonna put it in my boot. I'm gonna put it in my cowboy boot and bring it with us. Oh man! So a couple songs in, I took a stumble. Like, I slipped on something. I said somebody pushed me, and because I didn't want the bounce to kick me out, and I popped up and I pulled the ring out. I'm like, don't worry, Jeff, I got it. I got it. He's like, you got what? I got the ring. He's like, why do you have that in here right now? I'm like, I didn't trust the people in the parking lot. He's like, put that in your boot. You're not falling down. And I thought she had seen me say this. Like that night, I realized, I'm like, did she say it? He was mad. So I know you came in, you're coming through, like, and he's like, and he was just pissed at the world, like, and that, like, I was riding up, drunk, but coherent enough to know that, like, I think I just ruined this whole engagement thing. And I'm like, I was like, dude, seriously, I'm gonna get to the cabin, I'm gonna walk out in the woods, and I'm just gonna go away, because you just screwed this whole thing up. Well, that morning I woke up and I'm like, yeah, oh man, I'm so sorry. He's like, what? He's like, you got it, Bristol? I'm like, yeah, but does she know? And he's like, no, man, you almost blew that. So he was a little pissed. So he was pissed at everybody that night, and he was kind of just keep it like, it was a great show. It was cool with the jerseys that night. And then the next day, after she said yes, we drive back, and in the parking lot they had made a sign like church on Friday, got engaged, church on Saturday, and they all had check boxes. And then the last one said heart like a wheel. And there's a video guy, I think his name was Wes Cutler.
Yeah.
And he had taken a video of him saying, it was really cool. The second to last song, he played and dedicated heart like a wheel to him. It was just fate, man. It was like that whole weekend. I can't make this shit up. Like, it was just perfect.
You had a really
She. I'm sure Caitlin's watching, but she's had a really good go of Eric Church concert.
Hey, congratulations
yeah,
to
congratulations,
Jeff.
Yeah.
Every guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations to
And
you, by the way.
she's been about 6 shows now in the last
You
few
did
months.
beat me in fantasy last week.
Yeah,
Sure you
he's got me now. He's got me this week.
Oh.
But yeah, it was something. Oh man,
Don't look. You're not allowed to look at the
All
screen.
right. All right.
Oh, it flipped. I don't know why it flipped.
Oh,
Oh well. You're not allowed to. See, this is the only thing about downfall about
you got a
having.
big bear in there.
Yeah, this is the only downfall about having live guests. You're seeing stuff that you're not supposed to be seeing right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's that way.
You're gonna bring this up.
Oh boy. All right. So what we're gonna do? Let me see if I can do it. Every week I do a thing called the hot seat. So I stole it from another podcast I produce, and I got 10 questions that I saved for Greg, and some have photos that go along with it. Some don't. I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna ask these questions and see how far we get. Let's see. If you don't hear this music, I'm sorry, but whatever. I'll hear it. All right. Best Eric Church tour ever.
Oh man, it's got to be Double Down. I mean, for me, it is. It's Double Down.
If you're on an island, you can only take one Eric Church album. What else?
Hands on.
Rogers or Favre?
Rogers. Oh, it's tough to say, but it's Rogers.
Who blows 20-0 lead?
The Bears do. That's a great one.
Who's the best opener Eric Church has ever had?
Oh man, that's off guard. Man, the Moore Boys.
Who?
The Moore Boys, Kip and Justin.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. One song for Eric to cover that he's never covered before.
Oh man, I was just talking about this. Showman's Life, Gary Allen, George Strait. That's fitting. I was just talking about this when we were up at the Green Bay last week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Yeah, Gary Allen nailed it. Well, you got
Showman's Life
to 6.
Oh shit.
So, all right, this is going to be the next one. What song? It's flipped. I don't know
Yeah, that's
why.
right. It's kind of like that. I think I probably posted like that.
What song did you skip that you could have picked? So if you guys don't know, this right here, back on the Outsiders tour, Eric would pick one fan. He'd give him like 3 or 4 songs to choose from. I'm sorry it's sideways. I tried swiping it around, but
our good friend Nick Barnes had a lot to do with this too.
and you give you one song. Greg sends me this during the day. He
Yeah.
goes, Shriver, look what I just got in Green
Yeah.
Bay. And I said, you choose that freaking song,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you.
And you want whiskey wings, and you know that would have been up there. And I wanted to go. I was like, man, there's a lot of good ones here. I really he used to cover the hell out of it if you want to get to heaven. But a lot of them were really obscure. And I'm like, and I remember hearing some Ophelia live. I'm like, dude, I told him this in the video. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go with The Wait because it's the one that you won't screw the lyrics up as bad.
But thank you for skipping.
Yeah, skip that. That's a good one, man. And I that would have been a good one, but like I was like, he's gonna do one good, and like conveniently he does The Wait. I really thought he was gonna cover that again, and Green Bay did it back in 2017, but we went with The Wait.
Man, you would have chose Whiskey Wings. I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Jeez. All right. So we're going to go on to. So you only got to get to six. Yeah, you got to 6. All right. So the next one. Stephen Avey.
Yeah, buddy. I was
Guilty or innocent?
Oh, that's out there, dude. I think it was. If you haven't watched it, just I've dedicated now 40 hours to. I watched the second one once, but I watched the first two. The first one 3 times over. It's hard to say. I don't think that dude's a criminal mastermind. And this kind of goes back to that Manitowoc show. Because the people in Manitowoc are interesting people, man.
Oh, yeah?
No offense to anybody from Manitowoc's watching, because I got good family friends that are up there right now. But people in Manitowoc, when we went to that show, which I didn't know you were at, the one in August, my wife's first show.
The smelly ice
It
cream.
was a dingy, stinky ice cream. I remember pulling in. I'm taking 2 of my close family friends that we've known forever. Taking them and my then girlfriend, now wife, and we're going in, and it's packed. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome because you don't know where it is. The Manitowoc County Fair. I'm like, hey man, he's got the grandstands filled already. He doesn't go on for like an hour or 2. We get in there, and I'm like, hey, where's your church? Like, who? And I'm like, where's he playing? Playing the grandstand. Just go walk in and get our spots. And he's like, no, I don't know who that is, but oh yeah, he's playing in the ice arena in the back. That's where the tractor pulls. I'm like, all these people have no idea. Like they're selling out the grandstands for the tractor pulls. But yeah, that's on the way to the cabin just south. If anybody came to Green Bay, you drove pretty close to that. And
So you don't know what this is. If you watch Netflix at all,
Oh, don't get wrapped in, man.
the
Unless you want
TV or the show on Netflix, Making a Murderer, Stephen Avery, is actually not too far outside of where Greg and I reside up north. And yeah, if you went up to Green Bay from there, you'd pass right by the salvage yard.
Maribel, man.
If you ever need a tow truck and you're not
call
too
somebody
far.
else. Call somebody else. Oh man, that's
So yes, that was one of our questions. So that was my number 8. Number 9. We're gonna ask number 9. I have a picture.
I think
What is your boxing record?
want to know, man. Undefeated. So this is back in 2015. There was a charity thing. I trained my ass off for a charity boxing event. It was firefighters versus cops. I'm on a fire department, and it was for autism. And the only reason I got signed off on it was because my niece is autistic, and my wife gave the go ahead. And, you know, this is again before kids, so I could dedicate a lot more time to boxing. But I was boxing. I trained for about 6 months. The guy I fought was an MMA guy, and I won. Unanimous decision. But the cool thing about those shorts, I came out to the outsiders, and our good friend Nick Barnes sent us a patch that said, "You're going to find out." And so I had my firefighter patch on my left hip or my left thigh, and then I had the "You're going to find out" on the right. And we won, man. Dude, I'll tell you, when I came out with that song, it was like an out-of-body experience. It was like, man, it felt like I was looking down on myself. I was so jacked. I played college football. I've never been more jacked in my life. And it was just crazy. You didn't notice the crowd. There were 2,000-3,000 people in there. It was nuts, but it was cool. And the dude I boxed was a good dude. Like I thought, I won. I'm like, hey man, let's go have a drink after this. It was cool. Raised a shit ton of money for the autism project, and it was just a good thing all around.
So my last question of the hot seat, we're way over our 60 seconds, was your closest ever hunting encounter. So these are actually, anything. These are actually live shots from Greg's trail cam.
So these are trail cameras. This is exactly, this is 10 yards behind my cabin. And this is a big mama bear. And she's only gotten bigger because this is like 5 years old that you're pulling up. I almost can see the date, maybe even 2013. But she's been coming around having cubs for years and years. In the state of Wisconsin, if you want to hunt bears, you have to keep putting in. And I'm up to a dozen points. You get a queen a year. and it doesn't even get it. So probably next year I'll be able to hunt the bear. But the thing that's behind her is actually like a little feeder. You're not supposed to feed deer in Wisconsin, but she got really hungry. And what it is, it's like a gravity thing. It's kind of a redneck thing, and it's a PVC pipe that kind of feeds corn, and as the deer eat it, fills back up. Well, some of the photos after this, she took it one paw, and the thing's got like 4 spots of duct tape, and she ripped it off with one swipe, man. That's why I go out in the woods. I carry my 9mm because if they have cubs, you better. That's about the only time black bears.
So what if you're in these woods behind your cabin hunting deer and a black bear come up on you,
when I go
but you don't
hunting,
have the points? No.
Well, I mean, you can't shoot it. You can't shoot a deer. Like that's illegal. But like 90% of the time, probably more.
So if you don't have the points in the state of Wisconsin, a bear attacks you, you can't.
Well, you can shoot it if it was attacking you.
Okay.
You have to kind of prove that somehow.
Yeah.
But like a 9mm isn't going to do anything but scare a bear.
Oh,
9mm that'll tickle it, make it mad. But we bring our dogs up there. They run free. And I've had a couple. We had one on the trail. Okay, I scared the shit out of my wife about 5 years ago. We were walking. I went and grabbed the pictures out of it. I'm like, hey, this bear with the 3 cubs. It was like 50 yards that way. We were walking down here with the dogs. Like, again, that's why I carry it out there. And the bears with their cubs just gets me a little scared. So
there's so much more we could
Free
hear.
Steven, yes, Ashley, Free Steven. The dad, the brother of Brennan did it. That kid got a raw deal, man.
All he wanted to do was watch WrestleMania.
Yeah, dude, they tricked them. We can't digress too much about it. That's a whole other podcast.
We're already running over, but there's so much more I want to talk about.
Yeah,
kind of like the time where you stole the company vehicle and we went to Missouri.
I have that written down. That was awesome. I'm glad we're touching on it. We're touching on
So
the high points.
let's end on that story.
Okay, and I got a couple for you after that. So
okay, well let's do that then.
So yeah, there's a couple for you because I know Corey did that too. Missouri of '09. It was Carla's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
that was a trip. I've been working for Coca-Cola for like a year, and I had a company vehicle, paid gas and everything, and I was kind of crunching the numbers. I'm like, hey man, we can go. This is where I really got to know you. Was
He says 09, right?
8-hour drive to Columbia, Missouri, and I'm like, if we just got to fill up with gas in Illinois because we fill
the receipts.
I got to keep the receipts. I got to fill up with gas in Illinois. Like, albeit I think it was like, I can't remember, but it was right next to St. Louis. It was like East St. Louis, Illinois.
It was right after I moved back home. It was Columbia.
Yeah, I was working to Columbia, and
You brought your guitar.
yeah, that was back when I remembered how to play. I messed around with that, but Carla's like, if you guys get here, it's my birthday. We're gonna have a big party.
I don't know why these photos are doing this.
That's all right. I look young and not aged there, but we went and we drove. I remember I picked you up after work at your folks' place,
Mm-hmm.
and we drove clear across the country. I remember going through. I looked it up. I remember looking at the towns like Mexico, Missouri. There was like a Mexico or Alaska, Missouri. It was weird. This is back before like your phone had all the GPS.
Mm-hmm.
We were using like a little GPS to take us to these backwoods, deliverance type towns. I was like, man, I don't know about this, but man, that town was fun. That was a great time. We met some good people down there. We got Rick's taxi, which is still on my phone. I remember doing that. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? Like, you drive us around. Can we like drink and stuff? And I know I made some enemies that night because it was Carla's birthday and there were a couple of girls
There was
there.
Carla's cake right there on the table.
Yeah, and we got smashed. It was
No.
yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, oh man, oh Jesus.
See, we should never have kept going. We should have just ended the podcast right there, and then we would never had to share photos like this.
You look pretty rough. Like,
That was like halfway through the day, though.
yeah, somebody bought me. I forget the guy bought me a shot of like. Oh my God, it was like cinnamon whiskey or something. I do not do well with that.
Yeah,
I remember,
what was it before?
It was before Jack Fire, I think. I remember taking a shot.
Oh, Bree
It was
was
probably
there.
Fireball,
Bree was there
and
too.
I took it, and I just, oh my God.
Look at this rock star right here.
Oh man.
Let's look at this
How do you
rock
have these
star.
photos still, man?
Look at this rock star right here just jamming out. This is a good thing about having all my photos
Yeah.
categorized.
Yeah,
so I
that's
could
good.
just,
That's good.
we talk about a show, I just boom. I want to look at Angie was there.
Yeah. That was a show, man. We got and that was no double down because we got into town on Friday. Let's see, and then we after pretty good.
I don't know if this will work or not. I tried this last week with Lee's website.
Yeah, she knows. Jane knows. Louise. They lost the audio, dude.
Oh, yeah.
They got it back. We're just showing photos. You guys got the audio back?
Somebody guys got it back now. I was trying to show some photos. I probably clicked off. Hello.
We just wait for them to confirm because I got one for you. I got a couple for you.
Yeah, we'll wait till we see if you guys have the audio back. We get that once a week. We'll at least lose audio, or we have some kind of. I'm paying like, I don't know how much I want for this dang website. No, they keep on losing stuff.
Wait,
So
they got it back, Jennifer? Is that a yes? Though you can hear us.
let us know before we end tonight's show. We are
You
about.
can't see us.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Did you at least get to see any of the photos I was
No,
clicking
I don't
on
think
and
so.
going through?
I think it's where we lost it. Did you guys see it or no? They're back.
Yeah. Well, I guess you said.
So
you
I
had
got
a couple
something for
things.
you. Huh? So I was waiting for you to touch on it and you didn't. Because this is one of the cooler things I think we ever did or attempted to do. 2010, Mr. Church, and I'll kind of tell about the actual story how we were just being players up in Beaver Dam. But he played a show in Green Bay, and I believe it was like August 9th. This is how stupid my brain is. It was like August 19th of 2010. They were having an off day on a Friday, and they're playing Beaver Dam on Beaver Dam's like in the middle of the state, not northwest of Milwaukee, maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. So we concocted the idea, you, myself, and Carla, about having kind of like our party we had in 16.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, somebody at his camp, like, all right, man, this is how we spin it. My dad's got a 40-acre house. It's a nice house. He doesn't live there anymore, but it's out in between Milwaukee and Chicago, smack dab the state line. In between their shows, they make a little extra scratch. We're gonna have an acoustic show. We're gonna limit it to 100 people. I take care of the catering and the beer. Everybody camps out at my dad's house. We got camping. All he's got to do is set up an acoustic set.
We put an offer in.
I think so it's going. We were figuring it like either we're gonna ask limit to 100 people at $200, which would have been well worth it, or we were gonna go 200 people and $100. We're kind of on the fence on that, but look, we could front you like half. I was gonna scrape everything I had up. And I got like a 40-page, you have the writer, which, you and I, maybe Carla has it. That's close to the vest. It was really cool and really kind of weird, all the shit that they requested. But we had this planned out.
He loves his Doritos.
Doritos, blue corn, tortilla chips, like 8 jars of peanut butter. They needed like all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, okay, I don't want like your rock star show. We just want like, this is for like, the first kind of people.
We had a day off.
Really, everybody's like, yes, I'll pay it. Yes, I'll pay it. You just got to get there. You got to get there.
It was in between
And
shows.
you
He had a
bring
day
10,
off.
you
We
10.
decided to put an offer
You
in.
make a little 20 grand. All you got to do is play an acoustic set. Like, sit on a bar stool, a bonfire. We're going to pay for the food and the drinks. And we had the writer. I initialed like 40 pages, like explaining like, no, I can't do this set, but I can do like something like this. I can't provide you with that amperage. We won't need it. It's almost like my dad's back of his house because you came over and saw it right before we put the offer in. like, this is doable, man. This is doable. We were like, the thing we're doing, and it got rejected. But we still got the rider, which was really cool. I don't think we can release that, but
no.
it was cool to just kind of read. You know,
I mean, we could give hints of what was on it.
But the next night in Beaver Dam, and it had rained. It had rained that Friday night pretty good up there.
Yeah.
So we got in. My wife's there. Jill must have been there. I think Jill was there. Carla came in. Carla came in for that because this is a year after like her birthday. And there were Kelly White. She was on the Mexico trip. She was in West Virginia. She was a cool little girl. I know she's got kids. I think she's married still.
I haven't heard that name for a while.
Nice little girl. She came in. There were people from all over. Like she came in for people that she had met from Milwaukee, and she stayed with them. And I'm like, I'll be damned if we're gonna like sit back here at the grandstand. Like Carla's here, dude. Like, no, we are gonna get up front and in his face. So I'm like, all right, this is before smartphones, or at least before I had a smartphone. It was 2010. Probably other people had Blackberries and whatnot. So I did a little calling and do a little recon. Like, so I called my brother. I'm like, hey, who's the DA for like Dodge County? Because it's a Dodge County fair. And he's coming back, so and so. So we just kind of like, hey man, we gotta just be like a bunch of Fonzies. We gotta be all cool. We're gonna walk up here. We're gonna act like we own the place. Like we're all gonna be like, this is our spot. So I get up to the front row, and it's Dodge County Concrete. Sit down, guys. This is our place. We're sitting Dodge County Concrete. Like, just act like we belong. And some sheriff that was there on duty was like, are you guys supposed to be sitting there? I'm like, yep. This is so and so. His dad owns Dodge County Concrete. I think I might have even looked that up too. I'm like, his dad. This is so and so. You know his dad. I'm like, oh, you probably know my dad. And I'm like, he's a DA. And the sheriff was like, oh, well, you guys have a wonderful time. And we never got bothered. Carla was up front. I'm like, I was like, I'll be damned if we're sitting in grandstands for this with these people coming from Louisiana and West Virginia. We're getting up front. And he even said, I know he saw Carla.
I put my trust in you.
And he's like, a lot of people came in from a long ways. Kind of the same thing he said at the Country Thunder a few years ago. And I believe he played Those I Love. It was amazing, man. It was a cool show. A lot of people came from all over the country, and it's just cool. But man, it was a fun time. So that's what I got. You touched on everything. You touched on everything I wanted to get to.
We're at our. This went by fast.
Yeah, we went an hour. We had 11 minutes of fiddle fucking around. So,
we did.
You know, a bunch of nutless monkeys here, but it was cool, man. It was cool to do this. So
I love this. I really hope one of these days I can get all this audio and everything else just worked out and
make it work.
One of these days, right?
I got to. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope the Brewers are doing okay. And I do love your sweaty balls. You have to watch that now. Like, you should link that on your thing. Sweaty balls, SNL. This is exactly what it feels like.
Well, join me next week. We are bringing in. Thank you to David Weber for swapping with Greg tonight.
Thank you, sir.
But next week, episode 6. Can you believe we're already on episode 6? Jeez. And actually, we've hit 10,000 views. So it's taken 5 episodes, over 10,000 views, which is pretty cool on this. But we're going to go ahead and close tonight out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight.
Go Brewers.
Come back. Good luck, Brewers. Come back next Tuesday. Join us for David Weber.
Nice. Who should pay for that audio, man? Nice.